Hajj season to the house of God. Surat Al-Hajj and its meanings. This video is in Arabic and English. Surat Al-Hajj was named in memory of the call of our master Abraham. When he finished building the ancient house, and called for the pilgrimage to the sacred house of God, so the mountains humbled themselves, until the voice reached the corners of the earth, and was heard in the loins and wombs, and they responded to the call, "At your service, O Allah, at your service." 1. The pilgrimage reminds us of the day of resurrection, and the crowds on that day. And people fill the parts of the earth, all of them heading to one place, wearing one clothes, in the heat of the sun, the departure from Muzdalifah, disembarking from Arafah, and heading to stone the Jamarat. 2. And so the verses came, at the beginning of the surah on the day of resurrection, "O people, fear your Lord, for the earthquake of the hour is a great thing." She did not breastfeed, and every pregnant woman gives birth to her burden, and you see people intoxicated, and they are not intoxicated, but God's punishment is severe. 3. Hajj reminds us of the day of resurrection, when the call to prayer is called for the morning prayer, so you see people standing up and shaking off the dust from them, as if they were resurrected from their graves on the day of resurrection. 4. Pilgrimage reminds us of jihad, and that is why the verses of jihad came in the two surahs, after the verses of Hajj. Because Hajj is a harsh training for jihad, because it involves moving from one place to another, fatigue and adherence to times and feelings that God has commanded, and our honorable messenger taught us. 5. The pilgrimage reminds us of the pure servitude to God. God, for everyone during the pilgrimage calls upon one God, in Arafah, even the trees and the animals, the birds, the heavens and the earth, all of them call upon their Lord and glorify him, but we do not spend their glorification. Have you not seen that God prostrates to him whoever is in the heavens and whoever is on the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees, the animals, and many people? And much punishment is due for him, and whoever insults God, he will not be honored, for God does whatever he wills. The topic of Surat Al-Hajj *, the noble surah begins with an opening for which hearts tremble. The Almighty said, "O people, fear your Lord, for the earthquake of the hour is a great thing." The surah moves on to assess the evidence and proofs of resurrection after annihilation, then moves on to the house of recompense, so that man can receive his reward. If it is good, then it is good, and if it is bad, then it is bad. The surah talked about some scenes of the resurrection, where the righteous are in the abode of bliss, and the wicked are in the abode of hell. Then I moved on to talk about wisdom, from giving permission to fight the infidels, and dealt with talking about the destroyed villages because of their oppression and tyranny, in order to clarify the sunnah of God in the supplications, and reassure the Muslims of the end that awaits the patient ones. At the end of the surah, it set an example of the polytheists' worship of idols, and showed that these idols are incapable and baser than creating a fly, let alone creating a hearing, seeing person, and called for following the religion of Hebron Ibrahim, the cave of faith, and the pillar of monotheism. **** At the end of the surah comes a verse of prostration. "O you who believe, bow down and prostrate, and worship your Lord, and do good, that you may succeed." The reason for the revelation of Surat Al-Hajj 1 al-Bukhari included, on the authority of Ibn Abbas, may God be pleased with them both, that he said, "And among the people are those who worship God on a letter." He said, "A man used to come to Medina, and if his wife gave birth to a boy and his horses produced, he said, 'This is a righteous religion,' and if his wife did not give birth, and his horses did not produce, he said, "This is a bad religion." And God Almighty said, "These are two adversaries who dispute about their Lord." So for those who disbelieve, garments of fire will be cut out for them. Boiling hot water will be poured over their heads. 19. 2 Al-Bukhari, Muslim, and Nasai. And Ibn Majah reported on the authority of Abi Dar, may God be pleased with him, that he used to swear an oath. This verse, "These are two adversaries who dispute in their Lord." It was revealed about those who emerged on the day of Badr: Hamza, Ali, Ubaidah bin al-Harith, Utbah and Shaiba, the two sons of Rabia, and al-Walid bin Utbah. And he chose this as a reason for revelation. God Almighty said, "It is permission for those who fight that they have been wronged, and God is able to help them." 39.
朝觐季节去神殿 Surat Al-Hajj 及其含义。该视频有阿拉伯语和英语版本。Surat Al-Hajj 的命名是为了纪念我们的主人亚伯拉罕的召唤。当时他建造完古屋，并号召人们前往上帝的圣殿朝圣，于是群山沉浮，直到声音传到了各个角落。大地在腰部和子宫中被听到，他们响应了召唤，为您服务，真主啊，为您服务。朝圣让我们想起了复活日，那天人山人海，人们遍布地球的各个角落。他们都穿着一件衣服，顶着烈日，前往一个地方，出发从穆兹达里法出发，从阿拉法下船，前往贾马拉特扔石头。因此，在复活日的古兰经开头有这样的经文：人们啊，要敬畏你们的主，因为时刻的地震是一件大事。他没有母乳喂养，每一个孕妇生下的都是他的重担。你看人沉醉，人家不沉醉，但老天的惩罚是严厉的。朝觐让我们想起复活日，当晨祷的时候，你会看到人们站起来，抖掉身上的灰尘，就好像他们在复活日从坟墓里复活一样。朝圣让我们想起圣战，这就是为什么圣战的诗句出现在朝觐诗句之后的2章经文中，因为朝觐是圣战的一项严酷训练，因为它涉及从一个地方移动到另一个地方，疲劳和坚持遵守安拉所命令的时间和感受，以及我们尊贵的使者教导我们的。朝圣提醒我们对上帝的纯粹侍奉。上帝，因为在朝圣期间每个人都呼求一位上帝，在阿拉法，甚至树木、动物、鸟类、天空和大地都呼求自己的上帝。主啊，荣耀他，但我们不花他们的荣耀。难道你没有看到神像他俯伏在天上、地上、太阳、月亮、星星、山脉、大地上吗？树木、动物和许多人，他会受到很多惩罚。凡侮辱上帝的人，他都不会得到荣耀，因为上帝随心所欲。Surat Al-Hajj 的主题星号高贵的古兰经以令人心颤的开场白开始。全能者说：人们啊，要敬畏你们的主，因为时刻的地震是一件大事。古兰经继续评估毁灭后复活的证据和证明，然后进入报应之家，以便人能够得到他的报应。如果是好的，那么它是好的；如果是坏的，那么这是坏的。古兰经谈到了复活的一些场景，其中一人在极乐之家，恶人则在地狱之家。 然后我继续谈论智慧，从允许与异教徒作战，到谈论因他们的压迫和暴政而被摧毁的村庄，以便在祈求中澄清真主的盛行，并让穆斯林放心等待着耐心者的结局。在该章的最后，他树立了多神教徒崇拜偶像的榜样，并表明这些偶像比创造一只苍蝇更无能、更卑鄙，更不用说创造一个能听、能看的人，并呼吁遵循希伯伦易卜拉欣信仰的洞穴一神教的支柱。星号在古兰经的末尾有一首俯伏的诗句：你们相信的人，弯腰俯伏，崇拜你们的主，行善，这样你们就会成功。朝圣章被揭露的原因一包括布哈里圣训实录在内。根据伊本阿巴斯的权威，愿真主对他们俩感到满意。他说，在人民中是那些通过信件崇拜真主的人。他说，以前有一个人来到麦地那，如果他的妻子生了一个男孩，他的马也生了。他说，这是一个正教。如果他的妻子没有生，他的马也没有生。他说，这是一个坏宗教。全能的真主说，这是两个为他们的主争论的对手。因此，对于那些不信的人，将为他们制作火衣，将滚烫的热水浇在他们的头上。19。布哈里、穆斯林、安纳萨伊和伊本马甲报道了阿比达尔的权威，愿上帝对他感到满意。他曾经发过誓，这节经文。这是两个争论的对手在他们的主里。巴德尔节那天出现的人被揭露，哈姆扎、阿里、乌拜达本哈里斯、拉比亚的两个儿子乌特巴和谢巴，以及瓦利德本乌特巴。他选择以此作为起誓的理由。全能的真主说，那些战斗的人被冤屈是允许的，真主能够帮助他们。39。
برجاء الضغط على الاشتراك باللون الأحمر والجرس حتى يتسنى لي الاستمرار في العمل. مع الشكر الخالص لسيادتكم.